I was always interested in science and reactions and how things worked, so I always knew I wanted a career in the sciences or the physical sciences. Maybe it could be worrying if you're thinking about moving into a male-dominated environment. I would say don't be daunted by it. I've always worked with people who have been very supportive and tried to help my career. For me, it's been a very good experience.
I started in chemistry because chemistry was inspiring, but I also had a love for the biological. The advice I would give is to look out for things that are of interest to them personally, not necessarily within your friends group or your peer group or what society or family expects of you, but look for what interests you yourself and not because it's expected of you.
I work on climate change. I look at clues and evidence preserved in ice and also in sediment to reconstruct when climate has changed in the past. Often women tend to be self-critical, but I think that is actually a valuable trait which makes us leading researchers. Science needs to benefit from the talents of the whole population, so it's very important that we recruit, inspire and retain women and men in scientific careers.
I went from sitting in front of a computer and standing next to a big test rig to suddenly getting patients into the lab all the time. You start to really appreciate why you're doing what you're doing. When I was younger and a researcher, there were no women at all. And as more and more women came along, I started to realise how important that was. It's kind of more about appreciating minorities and how you can change things for them.
I develop mathematical models to study the microscopic life in the oceans. So my work basically contributes towards safeguarding our planet. Science and research, it's technology. That's how humankind progresses. That's how we realize what to do, what we need to look after. Technology is the driving force of humanity.
For me, Earth Sciences was the perfect subject to go into. I love my job and I have that kind of drive to succeed in my career. For me, it's the sense of discovery, finding out new information about our planet. I think in the future, the working environment for women in STEM will be an easier environment to work in.
I'm a mathematician working on developing new mathematical tools for application in physical engineering and life sciences. Usually in science fiction movies, you see both female and male actors. Thinking about how people regard a male-dominated sector, I'm thinking how dull it would be to have only male characters. I think it's natural to have both male and female in every sector.
What drives me into engineering is I love making things and seeing if they work. Working in manufacturing in Rolls-Royce was a really exciting time. So when I see a jet engine, and I feel proud that I did a small part of that to enable that to fly. Every time I get on a plane, I look, are they Rolls-Royce ones? When I see a Rolls-Royce one, I think, oh.
Being a researcher, I would say, is a little bit like embarking on a journey to tackle many challenges that our population is facing. Science is definitely for everyone. The greatest ideas come from when different mindsets get together and think together, and this means that different genders should contribute together to creating scientific ideas.
I was first interested in astronomy as a kid at sixth form, and I was hooked, basically wanted to do it from then on. So anyone who wants to do this career, don't let the people who say this isn't for girls or this isn't for women, just don't let that put you off, because it is. We've shown that it is. You can do it.